Hi, my friends. It's Sunday, and this is your quickie update. Today, I'm going to try and talk less, slower, and once again, we have good news about our Moosie. So this will probably be the last urgent update that I will give you about Moosie, mainly because it seems to be that his progress is going to go just the way we had hoped. I will include in every video that I do from here on in a little bit about his progress each day. And so far, the Lord has been with us. Your prayers are working, your well wishes. And once again, thank you so much. He is in the Rehabilitation Center where they do a minimum of 3 hours a day of physical training. They have all kinds of things they do, very intensive, and it's broken up into 4 different periods throughout the day. It starts right after breakfast. You get another one late morning. You get 2 in the afternoon, and each session is probably 45 minutes or an hour. It's just wonderful. They have a big room that is filled with everything that you could imagine, and even a fake car. They have little stairs. They teach you to go up and down little stairs and down, and they put you on machines. And believe it or not, Moosie actually 2 days in a row now has been standing up, choosing to not get the hydraulic lift. You know, these new ones are all built into the ceilings, but he actually sits up with help, but on his own. He takes his legs and puts them dangling on the floor, and then he pushes himself up, and they do exercises right there on the side of the bed. Then he gets in the wheelchair with help, and off they go. Today they did something, it's so interesting to watch it all. Today they had him in the hallway, and they started up the end of the hall, and they had him in the wheelchair, and they said, now we want you to push backwards with your feet, not forward, but backwards. And so he had to move his feet, and he did this all the way to the PT room, where actually he was on a machine today. And as one of our sons said, it's amazing to think, and even Moose said today, I was nailed to this bed a couple of days ago where I couldn't move. And for 2 days I've been standing now, and today I actually was on a machine. Now the machine was one of those ones where he's exercising his upper body as well, and then the legs were pushing the wheelchair backwards. It's just amazing. And these nurses, both men and women, are absolutely wonderful, so patient. His one complaint is he's still on pureed foods. And they keep telling me, he says, where's the pizza? Give me pureed pizza if you have to, or something. He had soup today. He loved it. But I think they're going to do a swallow test. Now, this is interesting for a lot of you. Many of you have told me you've been through this with your spouse or yourself. And this is all part of the aging process, and it's amazing what medicine can do and the healing that can happen, which probably could not have happened 20, 30 years ago or before. And you know, that's what they say. Any children that are born in these days will have the probability to live over 100 because of these advances of things they do. Even my Margie, who's a nurse, said she is flabbergasted with the things they have in this rehabilitation center. She remembers the hydraulic lifts where you had to pump it with your feet in the hospital for patients, and now they hook you up to this thing that's built into the ceiling, and off you go. Now, he has refused that now. He said, I'll do this on my own. So he's been actually lifting himself out of the bed on his own. And of course, they put that big black belt around you. They're very, very careful. So as I say, I don't want you to get bored with this intensive every video about Moose's progress. I don't want to lose any of you. And there's so many other things that I want to do. Now that I know that my Moosie is going to be well, and that hopefully in a couple of weeks he'll be home here in the cottage, where I can actually take care of him. He'll be walking a little bit on his roller. I'm not expecting huge things to happen right away, but even the pain seems to be lessening, and it's almost a week now. As a matter of fact, it is a week. And they said that after the first week, the pain will be lessening. He was so lucid today. No more 8-foot men in big black coats and hats standing in the doorway. No more ants crawling on the ceiling or all the other little things that he was seeing. The meds are funny. They can really make you loopy, that's for sure. But he's having fewer, the time is getting longer in between a lot of the meds. So we're happy about so much of this. So I came home today and now this is what I have to tell you. So Mikey decided he was going to drive up from San Diego with his 14-year-old son, Dane. Dane brought his brand new trumpet. He has a brand new trumpet. Now he is 14. He's a beautiful trumpet player. And he gave Moosie a concert in the room. He asked the nurse first, so he closed the door. So I'm sure other people he played the songs from Carmen. He said that's part of their new routine. It's a marching band that they, magnificent. They win all kinds of awards. They play at all the football games, and they have concerts here and there, and they've been invited to go to other places. So he's having a ball. He's got beautiful uniforms. He's excited for the fall season, and Moosie got a preview. I did take a video of him playing the trumpet for Moosie in the hospital, but it was too long to put on here. The girls had something on today, so they stayed home with Sabrina. And so Mikey and I agreed we'd meet at the hospital. It was about 10 o'clock this morning when they got there. And Moosie was so lucid. He had just finished breakfast. The nurse was trying to get a football game on the TV for him. He's now sitting up far enough now to be able to see the TV. And she couldn't find the ESPN. It was one of his favorite players in some game or something on. But I hope maybe they can get some ball games on for him. But this football fantasy thing that they're all involved in that was supposed to be tonight, the whole family it's a family thing. They've switched that to next Sunday so that Moose has another week to get his thoughts together on all this. So what I'm going to do is I will mention, as I said in the beginning of the video, progress in almost every video. But I have so much more. I have so much more to do and to tell you. And yesterday he had visitors all day long too. I even forget who was there. I think Colleen and Shannon came back. Yes, they did. Colleen and Shannon came again yesterday and paid a visit because one of the first visits that they were there, Moosie was zonked out. So he wants me to tell you thank you to all of you for your prayers and your sentiments. And I read them to him when I'm there, if I'm there alone. And he is so grateful. Thank you. I am too. My time will not be too awfully free since I'm spending most of each day at the hospital. And then when I come home, it's like take the clothes off and grab something quick to eat and catch up on all the lovely well wishes. And I haven't been able to give you all hearts, but I'm reading. There's so many, more than 1,000, and then now the second video has 500 or 600, and I am so grateful. Thank you. And I'm reading them all little by little, but I'm not making too many comments. I hope you know that I appreciate it. But see this mantle? It's got to get some pumpkins on it, doesn't it? And I have to finish the pumpkins that Debbie and I did last week at her office. I have to touch them up a little, and I have to find my glue gun and do a few other little things. So I think now with tomorrow will actually be quite the 4 times of PT each day. With Moosie being so involved every day and busy, I won't be spending most of the day at the hospital. So I'll have some time to do some things around here. And that includes perhaps this. I also want to do some little bits more purging around here. I have a lot of food that I won't be eating because a lot of the foods that I buy are really for Moosie. My diet is a little bit different from his, and I require a little less food than he does. But I think he's going to be losing weight with this with this puree diet. So today, being Sunday, I actually put a necklace on. It's almost been too hot to put jewelry on because the weather's been so hot outside, and I have been getting my walking. I'm using the walker every day for the walks. It's quite a far walk from the parking lots into the hospital and then down the big long halls, and I have to carry so much stuff with me when I go in. And that I have a big water bottle for myself and some nuts that I keep eating, as Margie keeps reminding me, Mom, you're diabetic, you got to keep your snacking up, because I don't get hungry during the day. But that's wonderful, isn't it? I don't. So what else am I going to do? Oh, the garden. I do want to keep my mums alive, because as soon as September comes, I must have 6 gorgeous mums that are perennials, and they will come up every year, and I try and keep them all cut and pruned, everything, so that when it's blooming time again, these mums just get bigger and more beautiful. I have some rust-colored ones and orange, and so I kind of want that. There have been many things in the garden that have died, and Brendan has been trying to weed. Now Moosie is missing his little chats with Brendan. Brenda's been so great about coming down, sitting and talking about rugby and football with him. Great kid. And hopefully Moosie will be back before he goes back to college too. Shannon and Lauren, 2 of our granddaughters, actually start college this week. And I think it's tomorrow. When's the 20th? Whenever that is. They actually move in, and they've got all their college stuff, and Colleen is, this is her empty nest now. That's why she has the chickens. I hope you read what I mentioned, that she said she sent everybody pictures. Micah gave her a chicken coop for her birthday, which was in July, and he built it. It was a kit. And they set it up down a few steps down in the backyard away from the pool. And it was too small. It was so cute. It was red and white. He painted it and everything. But Colleen said, no, it's too small. So he built on his own another one, a big one. I saw the big frame. I thought it was a greenhouse or something he was building up there. He's amazing. In fact, in the background, you probably see all the rocking that he's doing on the front of a portion of the house. Does so much of that himself. And so now her chicken coop is this lovely place with a roost and a place for the chickens to run around, a little red stool in there the Colleen can go in and feed them. And the little one is an annex. It has a little door, but they even have sort of a little annex now to their chicken coop. And she has 3 lovely white chickens. And she says, now that my kids have flown the coop, well, they're all in college, they haven't flown the coop, but they're not home all the time now. She said, now that our kids have flown the coop, I had to get some chickens. And the kids were allowed to name, each child named each chicken. So she has her chickens going up there, and we get a couple of eggs a day. That's some protein for me also in the morning. So I'm having that. So other than some decorating here, I did get a few more things from a purge from Dub when I saw her last week at her office. She always has a bag of things for me. I think you've seen this shirt before. This is kind of sheer. I don't know whether you can tell that, navy blue with like little stars on them. And this is a Dubby one too. So someone said, gee, you don't have to buy clothes anymore. Honestly, I haven't been at all, which is good. I don't need clothes anyway, and I certainly have enough jewelry to last me forever. So in the next video, we'll do something else. I have a lot of other things I want to do. Maybe I'll get some time next week to change this out, since you'll be so busy with PT. I have a couple of big tubs outside that I want to bring in my pumpkins and everything from last year, and some of my new things too. And I do want to talk about a little bit, since we're so involved with aging, what we call super aging. Moosie and I are 87, and that's up in the super ager stage up there. And in order to be relevant and basically healthy to a certain extent, yes, we're all going to have aches and pains, a little arthritis and other things, maybe some chronic conditions, but we have to live, we will be living longer than our parents. And yes, we've outlived our parents by years and years. And there's certain things we have to do in order to stay in shape. And I don't think it's a matter of, I don't think I feel like doing it. I don't think you have a choice, my friends. I think if you want to live long, and it's going to be obvious that we're going to be living longer, at least a lot of you are, and you've got to stay active, you've got to watch your diets, you've got to do a lot of things along the way, starting when you're younger, in your 30s, your 40s, and especially in your 50s and 60s, to be able to enjoy these years. We'll talk about that. I've talked about it before, but there's some more things I want to talk about. There's also a couple of things that I've ordered in the way of lipsticks, and that I ordered another tube of that wonderful e.l.f. glam makeup. Everybody's loving it. Even my daughter Dub, who doesn't like to wear makeup, a lot of foundation, she is loving this. It's that, let me show you. I have it right here. e.l.f. Soft Glam. Well, it is a foundation, but they call it a soft glam foundation. It's sheer, it feels like velvet going on, and it's a much lighter foundation for summer, and I might even continue it all through the year. It does cover. Sometimes people will do a little bit of a second cover if you have some spots on your cheekies like I do, but I love it. So I'm about ready to get my second tube. So it's a happy day again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, as usual. I love you all so much. Bye for now, and God bless us all.